Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
As the issue we aim to address is bullying among children and adolescents, it's only natural and frankly obvious that we should spend some time asking about peer-led and peer-focused interventions. It's not only an obvious choice, though, it's one that I and others might argue is mandated. And by that I mean much of my work comes from a children's rights perspective. And in the world of children's rights, there are two rights that are relevant, I think, in this context and to this panel. First is that children and adolescents have a right to a life free from violence and abuse. And second, that they have a right to participate in decisions that affect their lives. Not necessarily decide the issue, but a right to participate if they want to. And so for that reason as well, it's important that we look at peer-focused and peer-led interventions. Also, from a pragmatic perspective, it is necessary. Much of what happens today among adolescents happens away from adults, and so we don't know everything that's happening, no matter how cool and with it we might think we are, and using with it evidences that I'm no longer with it. They see things that we don't. They are experts in many respects on their lives and the lives of their peers. And so for that as well, we need to focus on what peer groups can and do bring to the table. Reflecting that, we have two national experts on these issues. And what we hope to cover, and they will talk about today, is peer impact on child development and youth development, and then secondly, peer intervention programs, what works, what risks arise, and what else we need to know. So we'll hear first from Tom Deshawn, Director of the Prevention Research Center and Professor of Psychology at Arizona State University, and then second from Kenneth Dodge, Professor of Public Policy and Professor of Psychology and Neuroscience at Duke University and Director of the Duke Center for Child and Family Policy. Full bios are in your materials, and afterwards we welcome your questions from those here and on listening on the web. Thank you.